Hello folks, shintigercurl here, that dude in the straw hat, bringing you yet another part in my countdown to Pirate Warriors 3 Let's Play. Last time we looked at the current fleet admiral of the Marines, Sakazuki. Now we're looking at the man who inspired my name. That's right, a little story before we can begin. I showed the Rob Lucci Luffy fight to my friend Dante Nickings, and one of his first responses was, "That dude looks like shintigercurl." He usually came up with names like this, and he was like, "Why'd you call him that?" "Well, he's Shin. Well, he's really strong. He looks like a tiger, and he's got a curly-ass beard, so shintigercurl." I like the name so much that I pretty much adopted it, and thanks to this character, as well as my friend Don, I would have this name. So yes, we're looking at CP9's own Rob Lucci. Like always, all the information provided here comes directly from the One Piece Wiki. So you want to learn more about these characters, or the world of One Piece in general, head over to the One Piece Wiki and wander around until you look for something you like. Or you can be like me and just read the manga or watch the anime. Trust me, it's worth it. So now, let's begin. Rob Lucci was the strongest member of the CP9 unit operating undercover to obtain the Pluton blueprints from Iceberg. Introduced as one of the 5 foremen of the Galley Lock Company's Dock 1, he was a sawyer, tree nail, and bolt specialist. After his defeat by Luffy, he was dismissed from CP9 by Spandam, who declared him and the other assassins to be responsible for the Straw Hat's havoc on Inez Lobby. He was the main antagonist of the Water 7 saga, specifically the Water 7 and Inez Lobby arcs. Personality: Galila. During his time when he was in Water 7 as a carpenter, Rob Lucci never spoke, preferring to instead talk through his pet pigeon Hattori, using ventriloquism. However, after he revealed himself to be a CP9 agent, he spoke normally, with Hattori becoming a regular pigeon that displayed some human qualities. Hattori always rides on Lucci's shoulder until Lucci begins fighting, at which point he will fly overhead until the battle is over. Lucci seems to have a rivalry with Paulie and often chides him for having money problems. Because of this rivalry, the two often fight. However, the matches were generally ended before there was a victor. Other than this, however, Lucci appeared to be very distant from everyone else, including the other foreman and Iceberg himself. CP9. Lucci comes off as a cold and calculated CP9 agent, almost never displaying any emotions. Nevertheless, he even displays shock at the knowledge that Frankie had the Pluton blueprints the whole time. A testament to his cold nature is his brutal assault on his friend of 5 years, Paulie, who he even tries to kill after the CP9's identities were revealed. He likewise is shown smirking when telling an official that taking Nico Robin back will never happen, when convincing Kaku and Khalifa to eat devil fruits, as well as when he and Spandam realized Luffy had followed them, probably because of his lust for battle. He also states that he feels no true bond with the city he's lived in for over 5 years, and seems to have no feelings for his fellow CP9 colleagues, least of all Spandam. However, it appears that in spite of his lack of emotions, Lucci does not like being insulted. During his fight with Luffy, he does not pay attention to Usopp until he starts insulting him. In addition, he reacts rather violently if someone calls him a gaki, slang in Japanese for kid or brat, responding with a kick and a retort both times after Iceberg and Frankie refer to him as such. He also finds it offensive when someone shows weakness around him, as shown as when he told the cowardly Marines on the Buster Call ship to shut up, and he goes so far as to dismiss a new colleague by presumably killing him for being weak. The reason that he has killed 500 soldiers in the past was due to another belief of his, a belief that weakness is a sin. Personally, he believes anyone who shows weakness is no better than a criminal. He also believes that if he's involved, then the situation means blood will be drawn, and he also does not have to accept the views and ideas of his superiors so long as he completes his missions efficiently. In combat, he is a very sadistic and violent fighter, and always seems to derive amusement and gratification from inflicting pain and emotional stress on others, making him a typical sadist. These scenes, along with what he anticipates battle, are the only times he seems happy at all. In the Tower of Justice in Inez lobby, he reveals that he only joined the world government so he could legally allow to kill people. An example of Lucci's lust for violence is when he compromised the mission to bring Robin to the gates of justice by allowing Monkey D. Luffy to tail him for the sole purpose of having a battle, smirking when Luffy burst through the doors. Lucci's violent and cruel nature is also shown when he goes into a full beast mode during battle in order to attack Luffy more violently. Another example of his sadism is when Lucci flooded the underground passage to the gates of justice in an attempt to kill the Straw Hat crew members in the passageway, because he wanted to eliminate Luffy's chance of having everything just to anger him. He has a habit of demoralizing and taunting his opponents. This is seen when he taunted Luffy about the possibility of killing Nico Robin. While in his full Zoan mode, he acts more like a bloodthirsty animal, as seen when he mauled Luffy. Despite this apparent lack of morality, he has displayed some, if very little, sympathy for those he dubs innocent. When the Candy Pirates attacked a small village, he quickly dispatches the captain to save the people, though his demonstration of absolute justice later prompts him and his comrades to leave. This shows that deep down he's not completely heartless. He also displays some morals, such as when he showed disgust towards Spandam for assaulting Robin when she was unable to fight back, despite claiming to hunt her to the ends of the world. Likewise, he shows concern for his pet pigeon Hattori, sending him away when in dangerous situations. Lastly, he expresses gratitude to the doctor who saved his life. Powers and abilities. As the strongest member of CP9, Lucci's great power is even acknowledged by the 7 Warlords of the Sea. At the tender age of 13, Lucci was already known to be a very capable mass murderer, having killed 500 soldiers and a crew of pirates single-handedly. It should be noted that Rob Lucci is the strongest member of CP9 in its history by far, and with his Doriki of 4,000, almost twice that of the second strongest member of CP9, Kaku's 2,200. Frankie himself has noted that his strength is levels above the rest of the members of CP9, and later remarked that if it were not for Luffy, he was not sure how many of them would have been slaughtered by the guy. Lucci is the only person so far to single-handedly bring Luffy to the brink of death with nothing more than just refined brute force. Because of his reputation, he is a valuable asset to the world government, almost to the point of legend. The Vice Admirals even believe that he could survive a Buster Call attack. He, along with the rest of CP9's unit value, has been diminished upon his loss to Luffy, and now act as a renegade crew, hunting for their former superior Spandam who betrayed them. Along with his great superhuman strength and speed, Lucci is a highly intelligent and cunning individual, being able to become a master carpenter within a 5-year period, merely as a form of espionage and surveillance over his boss, Iceberg, whom CP9 believed to have possession of the ancient weapon blueprints for Pluton. And even when it was discovered otherwise, Lucci quickly deduced the next most likely candidate, Frankie, based solely on their adolescent friendship. He and the other CP9 agents that infiltrated Water 7 deceived every single inhabitant, a clear sign of their manipulative abilities. A sound tactician, Lucci managed to almost single-handedly eliminate the Straw Hat Pirates, excluding Luffy, who he was battling, by understanding the structure of his environment and firing a well-aimed Rankak through a stone wall flooding the ground floor of the Tower of Justice and all the hidden underground passages with seawater. Had it not been for the unexpected arrival of Kokoro and her mermaid heritage, they would have not survived. He also quickly analyzed the mechanics behind Luffy's Gear Second technique after engaging it with just a couple of minutes at most, explaining to the Rubber Man and stating that such bodily pressure would shave years off his life. The fact that he was able to reach the same level as the Galley-Lock Carpenters, who spent their whole lives building their skills up, in 5 years just to do an undercover job, shows a great talent for it. Carpentry. Since Lucci worked as a shipwright during his mission in Water 7, this means he has some carpentry skills, and his knowledge about ships. He's worked as a sawyer, a tree nail, and a bolt specialist. He, along with Kaku, were able to recognize the Pluton blueprints Frankie revealed on Inez Lobby were indeed real. Roku Shiki. Lucci has complete mastery over Rokushiki, having used at least one or more moves from each of the different forms, such as Rankak Hyobi and Toji Shingan Bachi. He's demonstrated this when he unveils Ryoshiki's hidden techniques, the Rukogan, or the Six King Cannon, during his battle with Luffy. The massively powerful technique is so strong that it causes internal damage to Luffy's body, who described its effect as an impact dial with greatly amplified power. No small feat considering that Luffy is made of rubber. With his complete mastery of Rokushiki, in conjunction with his Devil Fruit ability, Lucci has proven to be a resistant and formidable foe, fighting on equal footing with Luffy in Gear 2nd and literally forcing him to exert every ounce of strength just to beat him. Devil Fruit. Rob Lucci ate the Neko Mi fruit, model leopard, or Cat fruit, model leopard, a Zoan-class devil fruit which allows him to transform into a leopard or a giant leopard-human hybrid. As a Zoan-class devil fruit user devil fruit enhances the physical capabilities to the untooth power. It is most favored for a martial artist like Lucci. Also, being a carnivorous animal, Lucci is more bloodthirsty and predatory than a regular Zoan-class user, proven when he mauled Luffy like an actual leopard. Life Return. It has been revealed that Lucci can perform Life Return, like Kumadori, and use it to alter his body in forms that amplify his skills as a specific Rokushiki user. However, only the Kame form which makes his man-beast form smaller and thinner, like more of an average man's size, has been seen. Wow. And that's it for Rob Lucci's profile. Just about 12 minutes. Yep, I hope you're enjoying this, Don. If you want to learn more about this guy, well, you just learned it. So anyway, that's Rob Lucci. Tune in next time as we profile yet another member of the world government. Well, not necessarily a member, but someone who is in their employ. The Warden of Impel Down, Magellan. So, if you like what you've heard, link, comment, subscribe below. Got any questions, comments, or just want to talk One Piece? Leave them below. I will get back to each and every one of you. You want to help? Give a nice little rankek to that to the like button, or click on one of the advertisements around the entire video. Trust me, they all help out. Or if you want to donate directly, tip jar's up there. You know what to do. So, until next time. This has been shintigercurl saying good day, and he really is my namesake.